say nothing about the sheriff coming.
Shut up.
Keys.
That sheriff mixing business with pleasure. Why don't he go play patty cake someplace else?
Yep.
Hi, Les.
Hello, Keith. Afternoon, Trudy.
Hi, Les.
I brought the payroll out.
Thanks, Keith. And that ain't all you brought.
I didn't like the idea of all that cash getting lonesome. I got a report the Death Valley crowd's been sniffing around up here.
Thought it might be dangerous, so you brought Trudy along, huh?
Please, Uncle Nugget. Keith didn't bring me. I was out riding and ran into him. He wanted me to go back, and I wouldn't go. So Keith's not to blame.
Keith's not to blame. Keith's not to blame. Sounds like a Mozart refrain. Mozart was a composer. A great one. You wouldn't know about that, would you?
Leave the lad alone, Nugget. Keith doesn't mean any harm, Nugget. He's just trying to...
I already know what you think about me, Nugget. But right now, that doesn't matter. I'm sheriff, and you've got a payroll. And it's my duty to stay around here until it's paid out.
If you're any good as a lawman, you'd know about personal property. Well, that's what this is. I'm the manager, and I'm ordering you off. Now get, go, be gone, scamper. Is that clear enough? Take Trudy home and leave her there.
Listen, you bigoted old fossil. Because of Trudy, I...
Don't argue with him. It won't do any good. Besides, it's nearly nightfall. Get Trudy home before dark.
All right, Les. Let's go.
Goodbye, Trudy.
Goodbye, Les.
What do you know? They're going back. Jeff, you bring the horses closer and stay with them. Let's go.
There. Is that it?
That's just right, Nugget. I'll get the boys and tell them their pay's here.
All right.
Leave the boys alone, mister. Their pay ain't gonna be here. Over there and play statue.
You rats will never get away with this.
Statues don't talk. The money.
Keith. Was that tone higher or lower than the last one?
Higher. Ooh, wrong again?
Wrong again.
Oh, it's no good, Trudy. I'm tone deaf. I can't tell one note from another and never will. Anyway, what difference does it make? If I could sing like a bird, Nugget still wouldn't like it. You heard him at the mine. He's so stubborn he won't let the sheriff help. Do a sheriff's duty just because I happen to be sheriff. Oh, listen, Trudy. Let's elope and elope now. Nugget never will give his consent. I'll say it for you. As sheriff, I ought to know about personal property, and that's what this is. This is yours, and now you order me off. Go, get, be gone, scamper. It's clear enough.
I'm glad you got that part straight. Only I got more to say. Not that it'll do any good. Lester was murdered at the mine by 2 masked bandits. They grabbed the payroll and got away.
Uncle Les. Oh.
No, Trudy.
Last year, bandits killed my father. Now, Uncle Les. Next, it'll be you. Oh, get rid of that mine. Get rid of it.
Trudy, I know how you feel. But I can't close the Lucky Brothers mine. Well, honey, why do you suppose your dad and Les and me started that mine? For you. So that we could send you back east where you could really study music. Well, honey, you're going to New York, Boston, maybe Vienna even.
But I don't want to go.
No. We're not losing the lucky brother mine, now or ever. I'm seeing to that. Howdy, John.
Come in.
Morning, Vincent.
Morning, Nugget. Permit me to offer my deepest sympathy. Sit down.
Thanks, Vincent, thanks. I got to get a loan. Enough to replace the payroll that was stolen from it.
Well, that's a goodly sum, Nugget. But making a loan is a banker's business. You have ample security?
The lucky brother's mine.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
What else? Ain't that enough? We just dug into rich pay dirt.
I don't doubt the quality of your ore, Nugget. But I have every reason to question your ability to transport your mercury once you've mined it.
Well, I ain't to blame because the outlaw's been a-hitting us. I ain't responsible for all this murdering and shooting.
It isn't a question of blame, Nugget. It's simply a question of sufficient security to justify... Excuse me just one moment.
Sure.
Yes, Miss Trudy. Sheriff, how can I serve you?
Tell Uncle Nugget that you'll give him the loan.
I'm afraid, my dear, that you're asking the impossible.
Half the community has agreed to back the loan, and they've signed this paper. They know what it means to the town if the Lucky Brothers closes.
Well...
I've also sent for outside help for a fellow called Rocky Lane.
Rocky Lane? I don't believe
Well, he's the man who cleaned out Deadwood.
Do you know the gentleman? Are you certain he'll come?
Well, no. I've never met him. But my dad once did him a favor, and I was sure that he'd remember. He did. He answered right away, and he's coming.
And please don't tell Uncle Nugget. You know how stubborn he is about accepting help, especially from Keith.
Of course. Well, I'm pleased that your presentation of unknown collateral permits me to authorize an affirmative reply. Good day.
He means yes.
Looky here, Vincent. I just got to have that money.
After due consideration, Nugget, I've decided to grant your request.
Good. But remember, this is purely a business transaction. You ain't trying to do me no favor. No, not you. Because I don't take help from nobody.
Indeed not. The papers will be all ready for your signature the first thing Wednesday morning.
And I'll be here.
Oh, dear. We just saw Nugget leave. Bet he was asking for a loan, huh? Cheer up, McKnight. You look like you gave it to him.
I did. Well, there was nothing else I could do. Most of Panamint Wells agreed to co-sign the note. Try and appreciate my position under the circumstances.
It's my position I'm worried about. That mine is worth over $250,000. I want it, and I'm gonna get it. When's Nugget picking up the payroll?
Early Wednesday morning. But things are not going to be as simple as they were. The sheriff is secretly calling in help from the outside. A gentleman he's never seen, but who's supposed to be...
Who's the guy?
Rocky Lane was the name he used.
Did you say Rocky Lane?
I believe I did.
You know him?
Know him. I cracked a safe in Wichita one day. Lane slaps me in jail the next. And I ain't the only one. You heard of my brother Snake. Only one lawman ever made him serve time. Rocky Lane. Now, you get any ideas of me tangling with Lane, forget him. Besides, I got a heavy date out of town, remember?
I wasn't thinking about you. I was thinking about that brother of yours. Maybe he'd like to settle up with Lane.
Like it? Yeah. He'd kill him on sight.
That's what I had in mind. If Snake came here pretending to be Lane, and nobody knew it, nobody but us, it'd make things a lot easier.
Oh, dear.
Where is he?
A little town in Arizona called Crea Flats.
All right. Snake's got himself a job. You go ahead and get out of town. I don't want both you and your brother around here. Someone might spot the two of you and jam things up.
Confound it, sir.
Oh, sorry. Force of habit. That's far enough.
Well, well. Snake Richards.
Hi, Elaine.
Just fine up till now, thank you. How am I going to be?
I'd say dead. Get out.
How'd you know I was going to be coming along here? This isn't your territory, nor mine.
This says I'll do the talking. You just do as you're told. Now get down off that horse.
Hey there, partner.
Riding's better than walking any time. Here's a present for you. Go ahead, take him. He's yours.
Grilling the suspect, Sheriff?
Oh, no, that is... Can I help you, stranger?
Well, sir, I thought it was the other way around.
The other way around. Well, I don't see... You're Rocky Lane.
Yep, that's right, Pete.
Trudy, here he is. This is Trudy Clark. She's the niece of the reason I wrote you.
How do you do, Miss Clark?
Howdy do.
She's enough reason all by herself. Does the real reason look anything like her?
Anything but. Nugget Clark's a shrunken, nasty, thick-skulled old coot who
What
never...
Keith means is that that Uncle Nugget's a bit stubborn. But down deep, he's really very nice. And he's in an awful lot of trouble.
Bad trouble. Trouble like holdups and murder. I'm sure someone's after the Lucky brothers. Well, that's Nugget's quicksilver mine. To make matters worse, he won't take any help, least of all from me.
And that's why Keith sent for you.
You suppose there'd be any chance of my getting a job in the mine?
Sure there is. Most of the men have quit. They haven't been paid, and they're afraid of another shooting.
Well, your uncle doesn't know it yet, but he's taken out a brand new employee. I'll see him tonight. Right now, I want to find a stable for my horse, and one for myself, too. See you folks later.
Bye.
Come in.
Evening.
Evening, stranger.
Are you Nugget Clark?
Yep, I'm Nugget Clark. Who are you?
My name's Rocky Lane. I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you about a business matter.
I'll come around in the morning. Business is for business hours. Evenings is for relaxing. No music, huh?
Yeah, a little.
That's fine. What do you play, fiddle?
No, but I don't play anything.
Well, it's a business matter. Come around in the morning. Good night.
Well, I guess I better look someplace else. It's just that I was trying to find a job, that's all. Good night.
Good night. What did you say?
Just said I was looking for a job.
Well, come right in, sir. Come right in. Take that chair. That's one of the most comfortable. Know anything about mine and quicksilver?
Well,
You don't need to. How much pay do you want?
Well,
I'll double it. There's just one thing you got to remember. I'm the boss. I give the orders, I don't take them. I don't take orders, I don't take advice, and I don't take help from nobody. Got that straight?
Yes, I think so.
Good. So, you want to work for me, huh? Now, let me think. Just might be an opening for you. But on second thought, I think your pay is too big for a beginner. Now, let us say we try you out for a couple of weeks. That'll give you a chance to learn a little and earn a little. Then we'll talk salary.
Well, sir, I guess maybe I'd better try someplace else. Thanks just the same, Mr. Clark.
On third thought, you're hired. Original salary. Yeah, I got a great big bursting heart. Meet me here tomorrow morning before 9 o'clock. And when I say before 9 o'clock, I mean before 9 o'clock. I want to be at the bank when it opens.
Yes, sir.
Good night, Green.
Good night.
Good morning, Mrs. Murphy. I'm glad to see you up so early. Look who's coming. I don't know. But if he goes by the name of Lane, that's our man. Snake Richards.
Oh, dear.
Morning, Vincent.
Oh, good morning, Nugget.
Well, I'm on time. Hope there ain't no slip-ups.
Everything's ready and awaiting your signature. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, Vincent McKnight, meet Rocky Lane.
How do you do, sir? My pleasure, Mr. Lane. Now, if you'll just step in the office. Here's your loan, Nugget. Now, if you'll just sign right here.
Glad to.
You're a stranger in Panamint Wells, Mr. Lane?
Yes, I am.
You just went to work for me.
And right here. You're going to drive wagons for Mr. Clark or work in the mine?
Wherever he tells me, he's the boss. I suppose he'll want me to ride with him and the sheriff to help guard this money.
Well, you're supposing wrong, young man. That good-for-nothing sheriff ain't handling this. I already got...
And right here.
Already hired a guard. Besides, them crooks won't jump me out in the open. If they try to grab this cash, they've tried it at the mine like they did before. That's where I want you to go. Any arguments?
You're the boss.
Maybe we'll get along.
And here.
I'm only making one loan, you know.
Now, that's all. Now the money's yours for 10 days.
Stop wriggling, Vincent. I always pay my debts, and I pay them when due. You're wasting time on the payroll. Get out to the mine, tell the men the money's a-coming. Tell them I'll be there before noon. Now, be going.
Yes, sir.
That's better.
Glad to have met you, Mr. McKnight.
Thank you. Goodbye.
I suppose I ought to count this, huh?
Of course. That's standard procedure.
You look awful worried, as though you were expecting something to happen. Someone tip you off?
Call it a hunch, Keith. There they are.
How bad?
Well, he got a nasty crack on the head. Hitch the horses back to the buckboard, will you?
All right.
How is he?
He'll be all right.
He's got you to thank. That was mighty fine work.
Well, when he does come to, get him back in that wagon and drive him on to the mine. But don't say anything about seeing the sheriff or me. Understand?
I'm a sphinx.
Thank you.
Whoop. Sam, you can start unloading them supplies. And Sam, maybe it'd be just as good if you didn't say nothing about that little fracas we had out there on the road. No, there's no sense of worrying folks.
Yeah, I know. I'm a sphinx.
Men, here's your money. Back pay and all. Pete, start counting it out. All right, boys. Now, today's the 3rd. We got 10 days until the 13th before I have to pay that money back. Now, that means we've all got to work twice as hard as we ever worked before. It means we've got to pour quicksilver in twice as many flasks. Now, how about it?
I don't know.
What's the matter? Scared of a little hard work?
It ain't that, Nugget. In the first place, there ain't as many of us to do all that work. And in the second place, you're asking for awful hard work for awful little pay.
God dang it, are you trying to tell me how to run my own mine? Now, if you got any idea...
I'm telling you
Excuse me
what...
for butting in, men, but I don't think you understand what Nugget means. He's not being selfish, nor is he wanting to overwork you. He appears to be mighty generous to me. I'm sure he's not the kind of a fellow who'd want you to do double work for single pay. For double work, he intends to give you double pay and a bonus. A bonus to boot.
Of course. Naturally, that's just what I was going to say. Well, how about it?
Well, that's different. It's a deal.
All right, Pete, start counting out that money. Well, Lane, I'm glad to see that you got here. What brings you here, Sheriff?
For the same reason, Nugget. I'm the lawman here, and you've got this other payroll, and there are bandits about. That all adds up to me. Now, if you're going to throw me out...
No. You can stay. I'm feeling pretty good today. At least I know you're not with Trudy. Lane, you step over here. I'll explain your duties and what we do here. Now, you got to work quick and you got to learn quick. No fooling around, because we got to make payment by the 13th. Now, the ore we dig in this here mine, it's called cinnabar. That's it. Now, we take it to the smelter outside where the heat makes the quicksilver evaporate. Then it's condensed and cooled. Now, that gives us crude mercury, or quicksilver. Then we bring it in here and put it into flasks, like these. Of course, we have to strain it first. Now, them flasks look small, but don't let them fool you. When each one of them is filled, they weigh over 70 pounds. Well, like I said, don't let them fool you. Every gold mine almost in the country needs quicksilver. That's what makes it so valuable.
Go on. That's what makes it so valuable. Then what?
Then you turn around. Well, the least I can say is thank you.
Have you heard from Tony?
No, why would I? He's your friend, not mine. What about the repossession of the money? What did you do with it? Where is it?
I gotta see Tony.
Well, he's of no consequence, but the money is.
Just to keep the books balanced, McKnight, we didn't get it.
You didn't get...
We didn't. And Tony's brother's the reason. Snake teamed up with the sheriff and jumped us from behind.
Oh, dear. This is terrible. What'll we do now?
Find Tony.
Find him and tell him to drop a little hint in his brother's ear. A hint about what happens to snakes who rattle on the wrong side.
Oh, dear. This is frightful.
That gal that Tony had a date with.
Of course, of course. Cherchez la femme. I mean, find the woman.
Tony said she lived out of town. I don't know where, but I'll find out.
Oh, dear.
Open up, McKnight, or I'll blast the lock out.
Oh, dear.
What are you doing in here? It's darker than the inside of a grave.
A grave? Oh, dear. Don't think of things like that. Now, don't leap to conclusions. I just thought I'd take a little trip, go away for a few days. I have a sick brother, a very ill man. I kind of thought South America would be nice.
Listen, McKnight, you got any embezzlement ideas? Forget them. You're in this with me, and you're staying in until after I take over the mine.
Of course. But how are we going to get hold of the mine? When Nugget comes to pay off his loan with all that quicksilver he and Snake Richards have.
Tony, we're gonna have a little talk with that brother of yours. He's gonna see that quicksilver don't get here in time to pay off that loan. You stay here and put things back where they belong. Let's go. Uh-oh. You saved us the trip.
Rocky Lane.
What did you say?
That ain't Snake, that's Rocky Lane.
Oh, dear.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. I ought to know my own brother, and that ain't him. I ought to know the guy that throwed me in jail, and that is him. Listen, Shad, I'm getting out of town so fast.
Shut up. I got it figured now. Instead of Snake blasting Lane, it was the other way around. Lane took care of Snake, and we're playing right into his hands. But we're gonna change things. You're gonna fix Lane.
Me?
You.
Evening, Miss Trudy.
Good evening.
What are they for? Where you been?
Out in the desert.
What are them things?
Markers.
Gal, can't you answer a simple question?
You know, Nugget, I've learned a lot of things working for you. Watching the careful way you think and plan things out.
You're a shrewd judge of character, young man. You'll go far.
I began to wonder how you'd work things out tomorrow. You know, you got to get that quicksilver safely to town. Probably ducking outlaws and bandits. I suddenly realized you'd be too smart to use the regular road.
True enough.
But if you don't use the road, Uncle Nugget, how are you going to get the quicksilver in?
Now, Miss Trudy, I've been trying to figure just like your uncle would. And he's got a mighty fine idea. He's going to send those wagons across the desert, completely fooling the gunslingers.
Well, there's no road across the desert.
That's right. But Nugget allowed for that. And he came up with a perfect answer.
Now,
Let me tell her, will you, Nugget? Just to see if I'm right about what you do.
go ahead.
Thanks. He's going to put flag markers across the desert. Markers that'll show the wagon drivers the safe way across.
Oh, Uncle Nugget, you're marvelous.
Oh, it wasn't much. You've got a good head on your shoulders, Lane. Smart enough to learn from an older and a wiser man.
I already put the markers out tonight. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, not at all, not at all.
Now, that's not all your uncle figured out. He knows that if he sent the wagons out early in the morning, it would help to have me leave later with some dummy wagons. Only I'd be using the regular road. A kind of a decoy, right?
Absolutely, Lane, absolutely.
All right, here he comes.
Yeah. I don't like this. Me and Rocky Lane just don't mix good.
Stop fussing. You don't have to see Lane. All you gotta do is talk to the sheriff like I told you. Give him a chance to get inside, then get busy.
Hello, Keith.
Hi, Trudy.
Rocky's idea worked, Keith. Uncle Nugget swallowed it whole. He's out at the mine now.
Rocky told me. I'm riding the decoy wagons with him. If our hunch works out, Trudy, this will be the showdown. We'll catch the outlaws cold. Oh, stop worrying, will you? Once the killers are caught and Nugget's paid off the loan, we'll talk to him again. If he still says no, we'll... I'll get it.
Oh, Sheriff. I've been looking all over for you.
What's on your mind, Tony?
Well, I just want to tell you I got nothing to do with my brother. Nothing at all.
Come in. You mean Snake Richards? Well, why bother me? Last heard of, Snake was in Arizona.
Well, he ain't now. He's right here in Panamint Wells.
Oh, how do you know?
Well, I saw him myself coming into this house last night.
In here? Well, you must be mistaken. Rocky came in last night, nobody else.
Look, miss, I don't know what name he's using, only I know my own brother when I see him. He was wearing a dark shirt, light hat, and riding a satin black horse.
Tony, you've just described Rocky Lane.
Have it your way. Only I just described my brother. Now, if anything goes wrong, I mean, if Snake pulls something, I just want to make it clear to you I got nothing to do with it.
Suppose this man's right. Suppose Rocky is Snake. And suppose he's tricked Uncle Nugget into crossing the desert so that his gang can ambush the Quicksilver.
Well, suppose anything you want. I don't care. But just remember, Sheriff, I got nothing to do with Snake.
Yeah, I heard you. Here he comes. I'm sure he's Rocky Lane. I still think he's all right, but I can't afford to take any chances.
Come in.
Morning, Trudy. Where's Keith? It's getting late and we'd better...
I'm right here and turn around slow.
What's going on here?
That's what I aim to find out, Lane, if that's your name. Ever hear of a man called Tony Richards?
Yeah. He used to be a small-time safecracker. Why?
He was just here. He says he's your brother. That would make you Snake Richards. All right, hold still. To Snake. Here, read this.
Here's a chance to kill Rocky Lane and get paid for it. He'll be coming along.
That's enough for now. More than enough. So I trusted Snake Richards.
Your brother Tony just crossed you. Why? Are you too much for even him to swallow?
You're making an awful mistake, Keith. Just one thing. Did that Tony find out the Quicksilver was crossing the desert?
Yeah, he did. Don't worry about Tony. He's not man enough to jump the wagons.
Maybe he's not, but that gang he's tied in with can and will. Somebody's got to get out there and warn Nugget.
The only place you're going is to jail. You almost got away with it, Snake. But almost isn't good enough.
Sorry, Keith. I'll do my explaining later. I'm getting out to Nugget in that wagon train.
Coming, Tony, like you said. Are the boys ready?
Yeah, they're spread all over the pass.
To the pass and not a sign of trouble.
Yeah, but there's going to be. Your bandit friends found out you're crossing the desert.
How do you know?
Never mind how. Tell your drivers not to follow the flags. Tell them to cut out. Tell them quick.
Young man, you
Nugget, this is serious.
Turn off, Sam, quick.
Gee. They're turning off. Get your horses. The sheriff and a posse. Let's get out of here.
Wait here, men. You two come with me. Keep him covered, boys. He's tricky. I gotta hand it to you, Snake. You keep trying.
What are you calling him? His name is Lane. Even you ought to know that.
His name's Richards. Snake Richards.
And I was just beginning to appreciate you, Sheriff. Why, Snake Richards is an outlaw.
One of the worst. And he's standing right there beside you. I found this on him.
You're sure blind to the facts, Keith. I came out here to warn Nugget that Tony...
The wagons weren't headed for town. Why?
But he told me to turn off. Said there was outlaws ahead.
Did you see any outlaws?
No.
Well, just the same, right now, you better get this Quicksilver in a safe place and lock it up.
I'm putting you in a safe place, and I'm locking you up. Keep him covered, Nugget. We'll escort you to town.
Get in that wagon.
Oh, dear. South America would have been so nice.
Listen, McKnight, the game ain't over, and it won't be until Nugget sells the Quicksilver and hands you the money, which he ain't gonna...
Who is it?
Nugget Clark.
Oh, dear.
Let's hear what he's got to say.
Howdy, Vincent.
Well, howdy, Nugget.
I suppose you heard I got the Quicksilver here. Enough to pay off your loan tomorrow.
Well, I'm very pleased, Nugget, but you understand I'm not in the Quicksilver business. You'll have to pay me in cash.
Don't worry about that. I got a buyer arriving here in the morning. He'll pay me off, then I'll pay you off. But just one thing. I'm worried. Snake Richards is in jail, but his gang is still loose. Now, I gotta find a safe place to store my flasks in. And the safest place in town is your bank vault here.
Well, the bank vault is for money. I don't see how. However, it would seem that the bank's interests are identical with yours because of the loan. So, bring your flasks in. You can use the vault tonight.
Thanks, Vincent. I thought you'd see things my way.
Now, see here. If you're developing the theory that I'm going to rob my own vault tonight, you're wrong. A successful embezzler never puts himself in the position where the authorities...
The authorities won't blame you. They'll blame Snake Richards, alias Rocky Lane.
Shad, you're tired. You're forgetting things. Lane's in jail.
He won't be.
Oh, dear.
I didn't think I could ever be so wrong about a person. I'd have gone all the way down the line for you. Oh, Nugget's right. I ought to turn in my badge.
You're feeling bad too soon, Keith. A telegram in the morning will prove my identity. The corner of the next town can tell you about Snake Richards.
Sheriff, I'd like to report a theft.
Just a minute.
Stand still and put your hands up. All clear. Here are the keys. Whether you like it or not, Lane, you're breaking jail. Your horse is outside. Get him out. I'll take care of the sheriff.
Nice work, boys. There's your horse. Get on it.
Take him out to the old Dempster place, and don't bring him back.
End of the line, Lane. Get down. Over there. I'll take care of Lane, Tom. You keep your eyes open.
Cover the back.
Here, let me untie you. You listen to me. Snake Richards did try to kill Rocky Lane, like I said in the note. Only Snake got it instead. I decided to play along, just to see what would happen. Do the rest yourself.
Snake, Richards, Rocky Lane, whoever you are, I'm going to try to hold you here until...
Untie your feet. Now listen to me, Keith, and listen hard. That gang that busted me out of here did it so I'd be blamed for something they're aiming to pull tonight. That something is probably the Quicksilver. If I wasn't Rocky Lane, why'd I come back here?
Whether you're Rocky Lane or not, I can't believe you. I can't take the chance.
You can't take the chance of not believing me. You'll feel awful sick in the morning if that Quicksilver's gone, because you refuse to accept the truth.
I don't know. You chew away on the same thing the way my dad chewed on his cigars.
Never mind about... What do you mean, cigars? Your dad never smoked a cigar in his life. He smoked a pipe. An old corncob pipe.
I'm a dope, Rocky. A stupid dope. If Snake Richards isn't running this gang, who is?
That's what we're going to find out. Where is the Quicksilver?
In the bank vault.
Bank vault.
Nugget put it there for safekeeping.
Tony Richards. You know where he hangs out?
Sure, why?
Never mind why, just get him. Get him quick. I'll round up Nugget.
God damn. No free-bitten hounds going to accompany me.
Evening, Nugget.
Evening.
How about you and me taking a little walk?
Where are we going?
That way.
With that in your hand, I guess you're the boss.
All right, open it up. Oh, dear. Something alarming just occurred to me. How do we know that people won't accuse me of robbing the vault?
Because I'll bang you in the head and tie you up. You can say Snake Richards and his gang forced you to open the vault.
Well, wait a minute. How hard?
Hard enough to raise a bump. Don't worry. Now, come on, open up. We gotta move that Quicksilver and we ain't got all night.
Oh, dear.
We'll save you the trouble. Get over there.
Yeah, get over there, because I'm just itching to get at you, Midnight.
Shad, don't blame me. Lane made me open the vault, and I couldn't...
Lollygagging again, huh? God dang it, Trudy. If this tone-deaf cub wasn't such a good sheriff, I might resent this. But I don't.
Well, folks, I gotta be moving along. But Nugget.
Huh?
Before I go, how about playing this piece?
For you, Rocky? Glad to. Yes, sir. Glad to.
No, not for me. For them.
You trying to trick me? Well, it ain't gonna work. I don't play nothing like...
I know you're not gonna play anything you don't like. But you're too big a man, too wise and fair, and there's a grudge.
Rocky, I never met a finer judge of character. Well, here goes.